Welcome to 2 out of 3 Recommend. I'm Lee.
And I'm Brett.
We're two brothers out of 3 getting together to chat
And recommend drinks, movies, shows, and things to keep you busy.
Welcome to another episode of 2 out of 3 Recommend. We are 2 out of 3 brothers recommending things for life. How are you, Brett?
I am good, Lee.
Good.
How
All
are
right.
you?
Good. Let's just do movies tonight.
Okay.
Because
Drink movie.
the biggest weekend in, if you believe some bloggers, box office history has just occurred. And sorry, Top Gun Maverick, Barbenheimer has saved cinema.
Saved cinema.
Yeah.
Barbenheimer alone.
Barbenheimer is the only reason people are going to the cinemas at the moment. Yeah. Sorry, Tom Cruise.
Sorry, not Top Gun. Oh, no.
Top Gun Maverick. No, like this time last year.
Oh, that's right.
Everyone was like, Top Gun Maverick saving cinema. People are actually going. It has to be on the big screen. We talked about it on the podcast. Tom Cruise is forcing Paramount to release it in cinemas.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is...
There was, remember Indiana Jones? That was only like a month and 6 weeks ago.
Yeah. And in between
Completely
that...
forgot it.
In between that, a movie that I missed...
Transformers?
Mission Impossible 7.
Yeah.
Other
That's where
things
I
have
got
happened.
confused when you said
Top Gun
Tom
Cruise. Yeah.
Because they're basically,
Well,
Anyway.
There's a little bit contention about Tom Cruise not being super happy that IMAX only showed it for about a minute and a half before Oppenheimer came. But that's like
but
Tom Cruise don't release like next to Barbenheimer.
yeah.
We'll talk about the box office shortly, but we need a drink to start with.
I've got a drink.
Okay.
It's not a new one for me.
But you're going to see if I like it.
Yeah, so it's a Kraken and Dry.
There it is.
So Kraken is spiced rum. If you buy it it's got a cool bottle if it's not pre-mixed. That's also a good thing.
Oh, the
So I have
actual
a couple
Kraken
of-
rum bottle.
Yeah, I have a couple of friends that like a Kraken and Dry, so I
Yep.
thought I'd give it a Kraken.
I do like a...
Really?
Yeah.
What's the
Sorry.
shish? You weren't even listening.
Oh, that was
Oh, well,
applause.
still, I'll take it.
All right, there's your rim shot.
Is there an atomic bomb explosion?
There's no bomb sound effect that's going to come 3 seconds after we make the joke. Well, that was the joke.
Yeah, that was the joke.
I do like a spiced rum. We know I like a fireball.
Well, that was like,
so
that's different.
in the same lane, I like a Kraken. I'm not a huge and dry person, though.
Well, okay.
But I like the Kraken's little
Logo?
slogan, bizarre and fierce.
Yep.
Sums up, I think that's Barbie.
Bizarre and fierce.
And fierce. Like
She was fierce.
Beyonce fierce.
Oh, Oppenheimer was a bit bizarre.
Yeah,
But
all right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
They're in bottles this week, everybody.
There
not
was a little
can.
bit of a
So
fizz.
there was a
We can
fizz.
clink, though.
Ooh.
It could use more Kraken.
Better pre-mixed. Better making it yourself.
Better when you free pour it. I'm feeling.
Wow. That's a
It
bit
could
disappointing.
use more Kraken.
Yeah.
Do you want me to top it up?
Yeah, what have we got?
Something?
We've got spiced rum up the top there.
Oh, yeah, we do have a bit of
Captain
Captain
Morgan.
Morgan. They might clash. The pirate
Captain
fighting
and
the
a Kraken.
Yeah.
Oh, what's it with rum? Oh, because pirates. Okay,
Yeah.
moving on. Lee,
Moving on.
I also
New segment.
have brought something new.
Okay. Normally, listeners, what happens is every few weeks, as you may have noticed if you're long-time listeners
Yeah.
to anything of Two Brothers, I come up with, I've got an idea.
Yeah, but I had an idea the other day when I was shopping.
Yes.
And there was a particular snack product that I saw that I'd heard about that I haven't tried yet.
Okay.
So I thought, why not try it live on air?
Should I have a bowl for this?
No, it's all right. We'll just eat it out of the packet.
Okay.
So,
A snack food.
you know how there's people that say chicken twisties are better and then there are people that are wrong?
Yeah.
So now there's a third option.
There's a fourth. There's lots
Fucking
of
hell.
options.
There's more options.
This is the one that's been hanging around for
Twisted raspberry twisties.
a while. Okay.
Raspberry flavoured twisties. So apologies for the rustling.
Yes, sorry, folks, for the rustling packets if you've got
So we're
going
going to give these a go. Oh, God, they look disgusting.
I feel like I should have a bowl to put them in, but I don't have
Ooh.
anything.
They smell good. All right, so
Okay.
I'll grab a few and pass them over.
All right.
Look at them.
Oh, yeah. They're odd looking.
They smell good. Ready?
Okay.
Oh, God, I'm scared. No.
So
That is no.
I think it's a texture issue. It's a twisty texture, but it's actually a bit puffer, more puffed than the normal twisty. But I don't think this texture goes with sweet.
I also don't think there's that much flavour.
No. I'm going to put those back.
I'll probably still eat the whole packet.
Yeah, we will. All right. So do we recommend a Kraken black spiced rum premix and dry?
Maybe Kraken and dry and raspberry twisties aren't a good combo either.
I'm okay. I like the Kraken black spiced rum and dry.
Yeah.
But what is it? A 1 point something
4.
standards?
1.4.
That's right. I could do this.
So that's good. I would suggest if you're making it at home on your own.
Yep.
I mean, by yourself. Jesus. Freudian slip. Bit of lime.
Yeah.
Kraken dry and lime.
Do you know what's happening in my fridge because of these episodes?
There's like one leftover
I have one
Knocktail.
Knocktail.
Yep.
I have one Tropopalooza. I have 2
I'll take a drop of Palooza.
flying brick and ciders. And I'm going to have half a packet of crushed twisted raspberry twisties. Yeah, I don't know.
The smell smelled good. Taste doesn't equate to the smell in my mind.
No, I think because you don't expect... Yeah, the smell's good. The smell is very raspberry.
Yeah, right.
But I don't think you... I think it's cognitive dissonance for any psychologists listening.
So my mind is crunching
It's a savoury
texture, but with a sweet taste. And my
taste.
mind's like, this is wrong.
Yeah. It's like that weird when
Okay.
you go to a fucking Heston restaurant and he puts an egg in an apple. And you're like, this doesn't make sense.
Is it cake? It's like that. Is it twisty?
Yeah, is it cake, except it's not a CD player that you're cutting into a cake. That's aged me, CD players. Let's talk about movies.
These are fan voted. Fans out there. What are you thinking?
The other options could have been like
It could have been Vegemite or something.
Kraken.
Fucking
Like,
cheesy mite. Yeah,
who
true.
knows? All right, so we are talking about Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
We went to see Barbie first,
Saw Barbie first, day of release.
and then separately we saw
Yep.
Oppenheimer. I'm wearing pink, and sorry, I haven't ironed it because it's gotten a lot of wear because of Barbie.
I'm wearing the drunken clam, and because the clam is in reference to Emily Blunt, that makes it sound like about her vagina.
I thought you were going to say
That's more Florence Pugh.
the clam is going for her first gynecologist visit.
Oh, there you go. Yep. Yes, I watched Oppenheimer. You saw Oppenheimer in IMAX.
Yes,
I saw it in whatever Reading Cinema's version of that is.
big.
Titan Cinema 1 or something.
Armax.
Anyway.
Barbie first or Oppenheimer first?
Barbie. We saw Barbie first.
I have never seen so many women wearing pink outside of a breast cancer function.
Oh, it was like Olivia Newton-John was there.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
The cinema we saw it at was definitely on the Barbie side, not on the Oppenheimer side of the debate.
Oh, it was Barbie everywhere.
It was Barbie everywhere. They had the box for you to take your photos in.
Yep.
And they had... We got
giant shoe.
Yes, they had a big shoe. They had the pink choc tops.
Pink choc tops, pink popcorn.
And we did get a pink choc top.
Yep.
And it was...
I got a Barbie, you got a Ken.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
Very sweet. White chocolate. As soon as you put white chocolate, I think, on a choc top, it's a little bit too sweet.
Yeah, but that's a good thing sometimes.
And
I have to say, before the movie happened, before the movie started, the just general vibe
oh yeah,
in the cinema
yeah,
was incredible.
yep,
Like, we made friends in the queue, pretty much.
yeah. Friends who thought we were Barbie doll collectors.
Yeah, did you ever have that one? I'm like, no, bitch, I had one Barbie, and then my brother ruined it, not this one, the other one.
Because at the Sun Theatre, you can go up the ramp or up the steps.
Uh-huh.
Right? And because there was a fucking 1,000 people there.
Yeah.
Because they had
In the cinema, in the
they
foyer,
had like
yeah.
2 sessions within 15 minutes of each other
Not
and
smart.
an Oppenheimer session that was not sold out.
No.
So lots of people around. And so the worker kept getting on and being like, come up the ramp, don't come up the stairs, don't come up the stairs.
So we were like, oh, she's having a long day.
Oh, yeah. And then one was like, oh, she's like Nazi Barbie.
She's like, oh, she's cruel Barbie. I'm like, oh,
And
God,
then
right.
they
you
were
can't
like-
just add Barbie to the end of it.
Yeah. She was like, oh, remember that one that could actually walk upstairs? I'm like, no. I'm here because Aqua had a song in the late 90s.
I had a Barbie.
I had a big doll, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a Barbie.
I had a Barbie.
I didn't. It
made me gay.
Well, there you go.
No, it didn't. So yeah, the vibe in the place was great.
Yes,
a lot of
much
people wearing
excitement.
pink, a lot of women in groups drinking white wine,
Yep. Exactly the crowd that you would think.
and then us.
Can I talk about the crowd? Because a lot of people on the internet are saying, I can't believe I took my daughter to that movie. Like, it's PG-13 for a reason.
Yeah.
Because there were people that were like...
It's not the animated Barbie meets Tinkerbell shit.
No. It was rated PG-13 and people complained that it was rated PG-13, right? And then people were like, no, this is not a movie for kids. Like, then people took their kids and complained that it was not a movie for kids.
Yeah.
People are dumb.
But also, okay, so kids would like oh, look at it, it looks fun, they're having fun at the start, oh, a dance number, blah, 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 looks pretty.
Yeah.
Great moving colours, woo. The bits that are actually, I was going to say
Meaningful?
adult, yeah, they would not get, so they wouldn't even get the whole point of the movie, right?
Well, then they can just hang out with the half of the men complaining about the movie.
Well-
because they don't get the point either.
I don't know if then the kids want to go burn Barbies for 43 minutes on a YouTube video, but...
I love that. I love the memes that are like, Ben Shapiro says he hates Barbie but can't stop cosplaying as Ken.
Oh, yeah, unintentionally.
Yeah. Can we talk about men for a second?
Do we have to? They're terrible.
Yeah, they are. And like, if you went to this movie thinking it was going to be anything but having a go at men, or thinking it was going to be anything but a feminist movie, you're not paying attention.
You're not paying attention to who Greta Gerwig is,
Yeah.
and what Barbie is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I actually liked in the movie where it was like there was people that were like, Barbie is bad.
I do like, and we talked straight away after we left the movie.
Yeah, I was
about-
like, this award, this award, this award.
No, we talked about how Greta must have gone to Mattel and say, I want to say this.
Yeah.
And Mattel didn't shy away from, Barbie actually hasn't fixed equality or feminism.
No.
Like, Mattel didn't shy away from that. Mattel didn't stop the 4 girls in the real world saying, we hate Barbie, you're the worst thing, blah, blah, blah. Side note, named after the 4 Bratz dolls.
Yeah, I saw that the other day.
Interesting. It was good for Mattel not to shy away from that. I wrote in our blog article that I'll link to in the show notes that there are a number of very clear social comments in the movie. Mm-hmm. One is the flaw of Barbie. One is men are fucked.
Yep.
One is equality is not happening.
Yeah.
And they haven't, and it alternated, it balanced between like being America Ferrara's speech about how hard it is to be a woman
Yes.
and then a scene of it.
Yeah.
Like it went, this is the comment we're making.
Yeah.
And here's 40 minutes of women struggling to be women.
Yeah.
And that was good.
Look, I was expecting it to be partly what it was. I wasn't expecting it to be so obviously with its message. They didn't like sugarcoat anything at all.
No.
Like
which I think...
Patriarchy and horses, yay. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, which I think is actually very good.
Yes.
And since the shit men, the Ben Shapiros and the Piers Morgans and the Zack Snyder fans have come out
Yes.
and said, this movie hates men, Greta has said, yeah.
Yeah. I love that she didn't go, no, we didn't mean that. She's like, yes.
Yeah. We literally wrote a script that says we hate men.
Yeah.
Men are shit.
Men are ruining the world. Look what the world could be with women. Barbie Land.
Yeah, yeah. But then it kind of comes to the end and kind of a little bit, but not too far, I thought it'd be like, can you do your thing? Barbie, you do your thing.
Yeah.
And then we'll both be happy.
Yes.
So it kind of wasn't... Barbie Land has to go back to being just women and Ken's mean nothing.
Yeah.
So it kind of did give that, hang on, this is an actual kind of equality.
Yeah.
Like Barbie Land just being women was kind of Margot Robbie, stereotypical Barbie, losing it a bit. So that didn't work. But then she went into the real world and patriarchy was really fucked.
Yes.
Then she came back to Barbie Land and patriarchy was really fucked.
Yeah.
And then it came back to the women being in control, but Barbie giving Ken a little bit of...
A slight compromise, but not really anything at all.
a little bit of autonomy, which I think is one of the points of feminism in terms of female representation in the media,
Yep.
is that women characters quite often have no agency.
Yes.
And a lot of the
Yes.
talk about Barbie has been the point of Ken is to show a male character in a movie.
That
One
is-
of the points of Ken.
Yeah.
To show a male character in a movie that has no agency.
Yes.
That is purely there to be the abs next to Barbie.
Yep.
And Ryan Gosling does it very well.
He was very good.
Yes.
Or are you just talking about his abs?
Both. A little bit too much on the pecs.
I still believe he was too old.
Who else would you cast?
Well, you could cast anyone. Not anyone.
Couldn't cast Michael Cera, but he nailed Alan.
Oh, Alan was my favourite. And apparently sales of the Alan doll are skyrocketing on eBay.
Someone tweeted, is it wrong that I'm a woman leaving the theatre and my favourite character is a man? With a picture of Alan. He was great.
Because he was great.
That fight scene when Alan fights the construction Kens
Oh,
was
yeah.
so good.
I don't know who else could have played him, but it just seemed a bit old.
You would have ended up with a bloody Tom Holland or something.
Or Liam Hemsworth.
Can we just go blonde actors? Blonde, hot actors and see who comes up.
Right.
Chris Hemsworth, Brad Pitt's too old.
The Marvel cast.
Alex Pettyfer. Not Heath Ledger, he's dead, Google.
Well, he was a hot blonde actor. Alex
was.
Pettyfer? No. What does he do? He doesn't do anything.
He was in Magic Mike.
Yeah, exactly. And that's it.
He's got abs.
He used to.
He's younger.
Anyway,
It
was worth it.
Well, no, he's 36.
He was very good. Ken was very good. Everybody was really good. There wasn't
Austin
really
Butler's
anything.
on that list too.
There wasn't really anything bad about the movie. Except I'm not a huge Will Ferrell fan.
Yeah.
So that was almost too much. But I'm glad he didn't go full Will Ferrell.
Well done to Greta Gerwig for I feel like she just pulled on the leash a couple of times.
Yeah.
She was just like, just bring that back a bit,
I
Will.
reckon there were a few takes where he went full, like, Step Brothers.
Yeah.
And she's like, no. That's no.
Yeah.
That's not what this is.
That's Margot Robbie, not John C. Reilly. Just pull it back a little bit.
There is no Brick Tamblyn here.
Yeah. Judd Apatow is nowhere near this production. Okay? Just pull it back. It could have not been Will Ferrell.
Yeah, it could have just been anybody, really.
But I'm okay with Will Ferrell, and it was the right amount of Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
To the right level. which was good. America Ferrara was very good, as was the one playing her daughter.
Yes. Simu
Liu.
stuffed that up. He was
Shang-Chi.
very good.
Yes, he was good.
I
I
can dance.
Yeah, but can't dance like Ryan Gosling.
Can't dance like Scott Evans. He was giving it everything.
Like you
Scott
looked.
Evans was in there just like, this is my moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Chris is nowhere here.
But then
this is my moment.
the two main Kens, you look and you're like, okay, Simu trained in the martial arts.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling trained in the dancing.
Yeah.
And then when they have the dance moment, singing in the rain,
Singing in the rain.
you could see Ryan Gosling's dancing. Then when they had the fight, you're like, okay, this is where Simu Liu is getting his moment. But yes, both very good Kens and all great Barbies.
All great Barbies. Kate McKinnon played Kate McKinnon.
Yes,
so
as weird Barbie.
That's standard.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the acting was good. The script was very good. Very smart and very funny and very... I liked that it went from the stupid to crying.
Yeah, I cried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it when she was on the park bench? Is that when you cried? Or at the end?
Oh, when she turned to actual Barbie.
No.
Oh, which park bench?
The bus stop. That's not actual Barbie.
Wasn't that Ruth Handler's daughter?
Nah.
Oh, well, the internet is wrong.
The internet is wrong.
Which never happens. So please explain.
Yeah, it's just a costume designer, Anne Roth.
Oh, so she is someone.
She's someone. She's not Barbie, though.
Oh, I thought it was actual Barbara Handler.
I don't believe so. I've heard
But
those.
I have also heard the costume designer one, yeah. Rhea Perlman, very good.
Very good.
Dame Helen Mirren,
Hilarious.
very good.
I didn't know she was going to be narrating it. Hence, when it first started, I go, is that Helen Mirren?
For the amount that we saw of Barbie before we went, all of the clips released in the promo, for the amount we saw, there was so much we didn't know about the movie. And that's what's made it hard to talk about. So many full cinema laugh out loud moments were...
From the start.
Yeah.
Like the first scene, I was like, thank you. This is great. I was laughing.
Did you?
We were both laughing. And I think I said to you, I'm like, are we the only ones that get this reference?
Did you not know that was in it? That's the first thing I saw was a little snippet
You know
of that.
what? I think that was probably the first trailer, and then there's been 47 other things that I forgot about it.
So yeah, that opening, which is a piss take of 2001, start of 2001, was great. And we were laughing.
Yeah.
And then we were like, we're in a cinema of women. Do they not watch Kubrick?
Yeah. They don't. I don't think they've seen Clockwork Orange. That's weird. Not that was referenced, but might have been. I don't know.
The men hating Barbie section of the internet has decided that Greta Gerwig is making fun of Stanley Kubrick and having a go at Stanley Kubrick.
People don't understand.
Like, no, that's an homage.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
The start, if you haven't seen the start of 2001 Space Odyssey, it is chimps pre-evolution.
If you haven't seen start of 2001: The Space Odyssey, stop what you're doing.
Yeah.
Go watch it.
It's chimps pre-evolution, and then the monolith appears.
Yeah.
That is throughout the movie, and then the chimps instantly start evolving.
Yeah.
So that is the start of Barbie.
Yeah.
It's like girls just played with baby dolls until Barbie, and then Margot Robbie's legs appear.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, she's stunning.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I like that they, at one point, made fun of that too.
Yeah. Also, fuck you to the part of the internet that is deciding she's not good looking.
What?
Like,
who? Stevie Wonder knows she's good looking. People.
Incels.
Fucking idiots.
Because they can't have sex with Margot Robbie, therefore she's, quote, mid.
So wrapping it up.
Thank you.
Very
good.
Expecting award buzz.
Okay. Put your call out now on the record.
Production design, costume design. Are you going to make a note? And this is on record.
Yeah.
Production design, costume design, song, either for the Ken song or Billie Eilish's song.
I'm leaning on the Ken song.
Screenplay.
Okay.
Bit of debate whether it'll be original screenplay or is it
based on previous.
based on characters. Because you know how we were saying about, like, was it Glass Onion last year?
Yeah. Was
Because
adapted
those
screenplay
characters-
because it was a sequel.
Yeah. So these character names are based on a previous material.
Well, then it will be up against Oppenheimer in whichever, like, because Oppenheimer's based on a book.
I have thoughts.
So I found a meme that is a picture of Robert Downey Jr. in his office in Oppenheimer, and then a picture of Ryan Gosling holding up his and Ken in the mugshot.
Oh, yeah.
And it says, it's insane and great that Best Supporting Actor could legitimately come down to this.
Yeah. I have my thoughts.
It's wild.
But Ryan Gosling potentially.
Yes.
Margot Robbie was amazing.
Yeah, but I don't feel like she'll get nominated.
Because it's not serious enough.
Yeah. I just listened to a podcast talk about My Cousin Vinny that Marissa Tomei won for.
Yes, yeah.
And they're like,
Controversial.
From that time on, like, has anyone been nominated for a comedy? Like, the Academy doesn't look at comedies like they did anymore.
Well, Everything Everywhere All at Once is a comedy.
That's an action comedy.
Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids, okay.
Melissa McCarthy got nominated for Bridesmaids. That's all I can think of at this time.
Yeah, it's not really a thing. But I think...
but I think it had peaks and valleys. It had its serious moments that, you know... I was like, there was one bit I'm like, oh, that's the clip you show at the Oscars when it's like, Margot Robbie for Barbie. Yeah, show that bit.
yeah. When she cries and then Helen Mirren says, the filmmakers would like to acknowledge that having Margot Robbie say she's not pretty is not great.
I would also be Best Picture.
Okay, yep.
Potentially Best Director, but that wasn't the highlight of it for me.
Certainly production design, one of the songs, and Ryan Gosling is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and costume, but also costume are based off already Barbie costumes, so that could be contentious as well. But you know who I'd give a sneaky...
Period pieces are based off real things.
You know who I'd give a sneaky vote to?
Who?
Rhea Perlman.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Won't win, but...
Okay,
so...
Are we recommending Barbie?
I am 100% recommending Barbie. I might even see it again. I would give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Oh, very good.
My half a point is taking off just Will Ferrell. Just because he's there.
All right. I am also going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. I'm going to give it a 4.75.
I was going to say that too.
Yeah, because I can't think of anything that I didn't like.
That's what I'm thinking as well. But it's also like not just the fact that it's a well-made movie.
Yeah.
But the fact that, like, I walked out of it and I was like, I'm in a great mood.
Yeah.
I want to go party. Let's go.
I'm going to put that into my top number. I haven't decided.
Oh, that's in my top
20.
57 movies of all time.
It's in my top 38 movies of all time now, Barbie. I might go and see it again. I definitely will see it again once it's on a streaming.
Oh, yeah.
Which could be in about 3 weeks.
It could. No, it'll still be at cinemas in 3 weeks. It's got to make $1 billion.
True. All right. The other
make $1 billion
half
this
of
weekend.
Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer. The larger, by time, half of Oppenheimer. We spoke about the fact that we hadn't seen... Well, we thought we'd seen a lot of Barbie.
Uh-huh.
We hadn't seen anything of Oppenheimer.
No, it was just like, here's a bomb.
The screen caught fire, and then we got a couple of stills of Cillian Murphy. I didn't know until a week before the movie premiered that Robert Downey Jr. was in it.
I didn't know that either. When it was like, you know, when they were doing the premieres and then they left because they went on strike. I was like, oh, Robert Downey Jr., Emily Blunt and Matt Damon are in this too?
It has a cast. Cillian Murphy, Florence
cast
Pugh,
is
Robert Downey
ridiculous.
Jr., Matt Damon. Great to see Josh Hartnett back on the screen.
Yeah,
One,
he
because
was
he can
good.
act, and he's still a very good-looking man.
Yeah. Rami Malek.
Rami Malek in a minor part, which when you see him in a very minor part, you start, well, you think that's going to pay off later.
Yeah.
Okay, you have thoughts.
I have a lot of thoughts. It was too long.
Yep. Okay.
It was 3 hours. I've watched longer movies than this. About an hour in, I was like...
Yeah.
And I think that the script was pretty average.
Yeah.
And the other problem I had with it, right? I had a hard time following what was going on.
And when was when?
And when was when and who was who.
Yep.
There were so many people that I feel like I needed to do pre-work for all the scientists in America, England, and Germany and Russia between 1920 and 1960.
You felt
just
like
so
you
I could
needed
work
to
out who everyone was.
know every physicist in the early 20th century.
Yeah. I'm like, we get it. That's Einstein. Stop crapping on about Einstein.
He was a bit odd.
That was crap. That's so. And then I also actually found it hard to understand what some of them were saying sometimes.
That has been a criticism of Christopher Nolan's movies a lot of the time, has been that his dialogue is not great for listening.
And then it was, I don't know, like I didn't really enjoy it. I can appreciate the look of it and some of the directing, even though some of it was a bit awkward. And the acting, most of it, some of it's good. The script was average. It was too long. It was slow to get into it. But then after the end, like in the build up to when they test the bomb, like that was like, okay, this is good.
Yep.
Then I was like, oh, good, this will end soon. Nah, we got to go to the Senate trial. Ugh.
Yeah, and this, I think, was... They didn't do a lot of marketing.
No.
The marketing was... Cillian Murphy is Oppenheimer, and it's directed by Christopher Nolan.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's in IMAX.
Yeah.
So I can understand why a lot of people, me included, but you to a higher extent, are disappointed by the film. Because I didn't expect it to be this is the trial of J. Robert Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I expected it to be, this is the story of Oppenheimer and how his science got, according to him, misused or whatever, right?
Is it even that much of his science?
Well, who knows? The story that...
Like, did he fucking do anything? It was that Russian guy's idea.
The story that I had before going in was that Oppenheimer had made the discoveries and then the military had misused it. But then the story that this told was he always knew it was going to be used by a bomb.
And then he felt bad.
But he's just a scientist.
Yeah.
And he can't control the military.
And then he says that to Harry Truman. He goes,
Yeah.
I've got blood on my hands. And he's like, who the fuck are you, mate? I gave the code red. You damn right I ordered the code red.
Gary Oldman's great.
That was, I was like, it's Gary Oldman, isn't it? As soon as, but before it was even a close-up, I was like, that's
really?
Gary Oldman.
Before he turned around.
Yeah.
Well, it's Christopher Nolan. He's got to get him in there.
As well.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, you didn't see his face. I'm like, that's Casey Affleck, just because he was talking just like Casey Affleck.
Is that in Matt Damon's contract? He has to be near an Affleck at all times.
Yeah.
He has to be near an Affleck
Yeah.
in every film.
The best movies he's done is when they're not in it.
I feel like I didn't enjoy the movie, okay? But
Yeah.
I thought the movie was good.
Okay.
So it's not one that I'm going to see again.
Uh-huh.
If we're talking Nolan, I'm going to watch the Dark Knight trilogy and I'm going to watch Tenet and
Is it Inception?
one with the top. Inception, yes.
The one with the top.
I'm going to watch those 5 before I go near Oppenheimer again. I'll probably watch Memento again before I watch Oppenheimer 2. That's Nolan.
Right.
So
So you're going to watch every movie Christopher Nolan's made before you watch this.
Yeah, I'm going to watch anything but Oppenheimer if you say, let's watch a Christopher Nolan film.
I appreciate the movie making aspect of it in terms of its look and its effects, and obviously a big part of it was going to be the sound.
Yes.
Very loud.
Very loud.
I jumped.
Yeah.
At one point.
One thing they did really well was when Trinity happened, the big bomb test, was that we had the visual and then we had the sound.
Yeah. And I knew it was going to do that because the other little test that they did, it was delayed as well.
And that's what they did, is they delayed the little test so that you got the delay, which is really what would happen.
Yes.
So I thought it was a very well-made movie. I didn't think the script was bad.
No.
But I thought the script could have been a little bit better.
Yeah.
It wasn't written by his brother.
It was written by him.
Yeah. Most of them are directed by Christopher Nolan, written by Christopher Nolan and Jonathan Nolan, his brother.
Right, okay.
So I feel like maybe in the pairing, Jonathan's a little bit better screenwriter.
Jonathan's better at writing for people.
Jonathan is better with words.
I will say, if there was something I would cut, it would be anything with Florence Pugh.
Okay.
I don't think it would. I don't quite see the need for that in the story, other than an excuse to get her tits out.
Yeah.
Like, what did it in
Great
the
tits,
end?
though.
In the end, what did it contribute to?
Well, what we discussed after was that her suicide was kind of the
quotation
her
marks,
death was kind of the first bit we see of him dealing with death and death confronting him.
Right.
So it's there a bit to be like, oh yeah, Oppenheimer doesn't like people dying.
Yeah.
But then still like 200,000 people died.
Yeah.
Like, I have.
I just think if I looked at that movie and said, it's too long, I need to cut something out, I'd cut out that bit.
But I also feel like with the way Hollywood is at the moment, if it was under 2.5 hours, people would say it's not long enough.
Yeah.
Like Christopher Nolan doing an Oppenheimer movie, like how long was Dunkirk?
Oh, I can't even remember.
Like, it was long.
That Harry Styles movie?
No, it wasn't. It was 1 hour 46.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it felt long. So,
you just think it's long because it's a World War II movie.
Yeah. Maybe...
Two?
Yeah, I do feel like...
Kenneth Branagh. Sorry. That's the other person that was in it that I didn't realise.
Yeah, unnecessary. I don't know why Kenneth Branagh thinks he needs to play Germans.
Was he even German?
No, Niels Bohr is Dutch. Yeah. But why does Kenneth Branagh need to be
because he
European?
Can. Because he's Kenneth fucking Branagh.
Can he though?
Well,
he can act.
Poirot.
He can act.
He can act.
He's Dutch.
I don't know. It was bordering on South African.
I think it is a very, very well-made movie. I stopped myself saying incredibly. Very, very well-made movie. The script could have been better. I didn't think it was terrible. Everyone acted very well.
Yeah.
I don't think there are
I actually think,
disappointing acting performances.
Before I say this comment as well, I am a fan of Florence Pugh.
Yes.
I did not like her in this. Like her, I don't think I act. And again, I think part of it is that I couldn't understand what anybody was saying for a bit of it.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr., I'm not sure. It was good, but there were parts of it I was like, ugh.
Someone said during the week, is this Robert Downey Jr.'s best movie?
No, it's not.
And the kind of response was, no, but I think it's the best Robert Downey Jr. has been in a movie, which I also think is no.
No.
He had moments where you could think this is not Iron Man. But then you
Yeah.
had moments where you're like,
This
oh,
is
yeah,
Tony
that's
Stark.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy that played his little offsider
Han Solo.
is the guy that played the young Han Solo.
Yeah.
He is of all of the cast, he's the one that the acting for me didn't quite work. At the start, he was a little bit charming. Like he flashed his little Han Solo smile a couple of times. And I'm like, you guys undergoing like a Senate inquiry?
Yeah.
Like, is this the time to be trying to charm Lando Calrissian out of the Millennium Falcon? No.
I think that in terms of awards,
Yes.
yeah, like, come on. It's Oscar bait. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, what have we got? All right, we've got this movie. Oh, I think we could make it a bit more grasping for awards. What do we do? Wait. What if we do all of Robert Downey Jr.'s bits in black and white? Oh, genius. Yep, that's good.
So I think...
What if we have nudity? Ah, yeah, great.
You know...
What if we make it about Americans in the World War II? Ah,
Yeah.
Oscar bait.
Can I say one thing about the nudity?
Yeah,
I liked it, not just because Florence Pugh is a very attractive lady,
yeah,
but because after
yeah.
you
That's what
have
I saw as
coitus,
well. Yeah.
right?
Post-coital.
No one gets fully dressed.
Yeah, and it wasn't like where having
She's got the
sex
sheet
and
up
she's
to the
still got
tits.
a bra on.
She's got to
I
the
don't think
belly
she
button.
wore a bra the whole movie.
No.
She's got the sheets on or whatever. I liked that
Yes.
in terms of like good.
After you have coitus,
Yeah,
you occasionally just sit around in the nude and talk.
I just get it back in my car and leave.
I usually don't sit around and talk about
About-
communism versus atomic warfare, but
Yeah,
that it's totally not what Nolan put that scene in there for. But I like that element of it.
yeah.
I think it will get nominated for Cillian Murphy, even though I don't rate him that highly.
I think he
As an
still
actor,
will.
generally, he will get nominated.
because of it's one of those things where it's like, yes, it's good.
when he's playing Oppenheimer.
Yeah, he's playing. It's a what do you call it? It's a biopic.
Yeah.
He's good, and he's one of those actors now that's had a good career but hasn't got an Oscar nomination kind of thing.
Yes.
Um,
It'll be Cillian Murphy. It'll be Robert Downey Jr. It'll be
Emily Blunt.
It'll be cinematography. It'll be picture.
It'll be directing,
It'll be sound.
sound,
It'll be directing.
visual effects, editing.
Well, that's his thing. He doesn't use visual effects, Nolan. Like special computer.
Oh,
He
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
use
yeah.
CG.
Yeah.
But and then there'll be a science. There'll be a science one.
Melted that woman's face off.
Yeah. He really blew up a whole bit of New Mexico.
Wow.
Yeah. I expected a little bit more, but also I didn't know what I expected.
Yeah.
Because the only thing I saw in trailers was Cillian Murphy looking stern.
He looked at it. He looked stern, and something exploded.
Yeah.
Matt Damon, I'm not sure about in terms
I
of
feel like
acting.
Matt Damon just plays varying degrees of Matt Damon.
Yeah, it's Matt Damon being a janitor that can do maths. It's Matt Damon stuck on Mars.
Yeah.
It's Matt Damon
Fighting
designing a shoe.
Yeah, it's Matt Damon fighting people. It's Matt Damon being a general.
It's Matt Damon buying a zoo. Like,
Yeah. Yes.
that's his whole range. Buying a zoo to janitor that's really good at maths. That's Matt Damon's whole range.
Yeah, with Victory in the Pacific in the middle in there somewhere.
Invictus as well, just shoved in there as well.
So, no, I thought good, very good cast that I think was very well acted.
There was one person of colour that said a word. It was not diverse at all,
No,
but
it may not have
historical accuracy, whatever.
been. Yeah.
And it was also partly confusing because there were so many people in it that was like, I've seen them in something. What has they been in? Oh, that's the girl from Juno. That's
yeah.
And then I was like, who's that? Oh, that's Jack's son from Will and Grace. I was like, and then I couldn't not see
That's
him.
Josh Pike from Nickelodeon.
Yeah, random. And that's when I think it was weird. There was a lot of people that actually like names
Yeah.
that just a bit.
Yep.
Like, I didn't think Rami Malek was going to speak at any point.
No. No. What I have forgotten that I was going to say.
Okay.
Okay.
3.5 out of 5.
Which do you think has the better rating on Google? Barbie or Oppenheimer?
I reckon Oppenheimer does. I reckon Oppenheimer's better on IMDb, actually.
Oppenheimer has a 3.7.
Good. I'm on track.
And Barbie has a 3.0. Yeah.
Who's given that one? People are, what do they call it?
Incels.
Hate bomb reviewing?
Yeah, review bombing.
Yeah.
On IMDb, Oppenheimer has 8.7. Barbie has 6.6.
Yeah.
On Rotten Tomatoes, Oppenheimer has 94. And Barbie has 88. But
That's
Barbie's
dropped.
a better movie.
Barbie's a better movie.
It's just not outraged people. I don't know, maybe the
You know what?
Japanese should hate review it.
It's just the people that go, oh, it's Christopher Nolan. It's a biopic, blah.
Yeah.
So people are going to say it's good. The bit of the storyline that I did like is that it was the kind of back and forth with, for me, there was no like clear protagonist, antagonist kind of thing.
Yep.
And Oppenheimer was kind of both.
Yes.
And it's like, he's a hero. He discovered this. Whatever. He formulated this thing that helped end the war. Oh,
Yep.
but it's a deadly bomb that killed hundreds of thousands of people.
And it does make sense for him to, like, it is based on a book called American Prometheus, The Triumph and Tragedy of J. Robert Oppenheimer. So it does make sense for him to be both. And in a sense,
And the same with
is.
and the same with Robert Downey Jr. because he's the other side of it as well.
Yeah.
It's just like at the start, it's like, I'm amazing. This is great. But then it's like, oh, you're kind of just a dick.
Yeah.
Um,
Because he's a politician.
yeah.
Any final words on Barbenheimer?
Oh, thank God, cinema is back. You know what? Both times I watched these movies, the Matildas won.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't know when their next game is, but I might need to go see a movie.
Okay, this was in the stories yesterday, according to CNBC. Combined, Barbie and Oppenheimer have grossed more than $1 billion globally.
Yep.
The two movies also showed extraordinary staying power in the second weekend at the domestic box office. Barbie could end up grossing more than $1 billion by itself.
It will.
My final thought on Oppenheimer is you don't need to see it at IMAX.
No, I was going to say that as well. Because I saw it at...
Yeah.
It wasn't IMAX, but it was a bigger screen. Good sound.
No, but full IMAX. Like, we spent the extra because people are like, if you're going to see an IMAX film in IMAX, there's only 20 screens in the world that are full IMAX, and Melbourne is one of them. So we spent 35 instead of spending 15.
Yeah.
And you don't need to. There are some good shots of New Mexico, and at one point the screen is full of fire, but your screen at Reddings in Altona is also full of fire.
I was almost going to go see it in 70mm,
Oh, yeah.
but I didn't because I forgot, and I already bought the ticket.
All right.
That was the only reason.
So we're recommending Barbie. I am recommending Oppenheimer, but you don't have to see it at IMAX.
I would say if you want to see it at a cinema.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are recommending Kraken Black Spiced Rum and Dry. We are not recommending Raspberry Twisted
This is
Twisties.
my dinner, so that's fine.
Okay.
Or dessert, who knows?
Thanks for listening to another episode of 2 out of 3 Recommend. Make sure you subscribe, tell your friends, and if there's anything you'd like us to review or check out, or you have any recommendations for us, or would like our advice,
Yeah.
because that's recommendation.
I'm good at
as
that
well.
shit.
Then get in touch on us through the socials on the normal channels at 2 out of 3 Brothers. Thank you, Brett.
Thanks, Ken. Thanks for listening to 2 out of 3 Recommend. We would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which this podcast was produced and pay our respects to elders past and present.
If you'd like to support the podcast and become a member, gaining early access to episodes and an exclusive episode each month, sign up as a member using the link in the show notes.
If there's something you'd like to recommend to us, get in touch on the socials or in our Facebook group.
Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on your podcast app or on YouTube. Leave us a rating and review and tell your friends.